Are you ready?
Hey, what's up guys? So I just found my old Nerf rocket launcher. This thing used to be so much fun because it was like the biggest Nerf gun I think you could get at the time. And it shot this giant foam bullet. Unfortunately I lost mine. So yeah, this thing was a lot of fun. But the only thing was, if you really wanted it to go like the furthest it possibly could, you had to pump it up like maybe 30, 50 times I think. And then it'd go really far. But that can take a while. So what I'm going to try and do in this video is modify this somehow. Probably use some CO2 in order to avoid actually having to pump this thing up. So the cool thing about this Nerf gun though is it actually has a pressure regulator, so you can see how much pressure you actually have in it. So I think that'll come in really handy when using these CO2. Alright, but first things first, we got to test this out to make sure it still works. But to do that, let's go make a dart.
Are you ready?
Alright guys, so here is my finished rocket. As you can see, it slides right onto the barrel of the gun, and then we can screw the barrel back onto the gun. Alright, now let's pump this up and see how far it goes. Alright, so that's the type of power we're looking for, but we want to try and do that without all the pumping. So let's go ahead and rip this gun apart. Alright guys, so we finally got all these screws undone. Now we can go ahead and open it up and hopefully not break it. And I'm actually kind of interested to see what's inside because there's a lot of cool like parts to this gun. Like you can clip stuff on here. I'm pretty sure you can actually clip another gun on down here. So I'm assuming there's some sort of air tube. So yeah, let's just go ahead and open this up. And there we have it guys, the inside of the gun. Alright, so just from looking at this, I can see that this part's the pump and there's two airways, that one flows down here and into the gun that's supposed to be attached here. And the other one flows into this tank. So this is actually the air tank. I actually wasn't sure how big this was going to be. And then we have a last pipe that goes out to the monitor right here. So what I'm going to try to do is tap into this tank and put some CO2 in here. And I'm going to try not to take apart any more of the gun than I actually have to, because I don't want to break it. So right away, something I'm noticing, so this tank is actually encased by the casing. So if I'd want to tap into some CO2, I'd actually have to run a hose either out to the gun, or I'd have to cut off some part of the gun and just directly input the bike tire valves. Here it is actually, it's the same one I use for my CO2 water gun. But the thing about this is I'd actually have to run a airtight tube from this directly to here, and I don't currently have that right now, but what I'm actually thinking is using this much bigger CO2 tank. This is for paintball guns, and it's refillable, and plus it has just so much more capacity, so I can get a lot more shots out of this. So I think if I can somehow mount this to the side, like right here, that'll be really cool. So to mount them, I'm going to use this 1/8 inch piece of brass tubing along with this regulator valve that fits the 1/8 inch, and then it also just screws right into the tank, just like that. And that's just going to be plugged right into the side. So I just finished tapping into the tank with this threaded tube. I'm pretty sure it's airtight, but we're gonna find out. So all I really have to do now is just screw in this top plate. I cut a little hole out to let the valve through, and then I just have to mount the tank onto the side right here. Something like this, and then, yeah, then it should be good. Alright guys, so I've got the adapter screwed on right here. The only problem is when I try to screw in the tank right here, if I just screwed it in like that, you can see there's about a 1/2 inch of space in between the tank and the actual gun. So I'm gonna need to fill that somehow, and what I'm thinking, just the simplest way to do that, I kind of sanded down a block of styrofoam to just sit right here and act as a spacer so the tank doesn't break. And then this can just slot right in here. And I'm gonna add some like nylon straps or something around here just to keep the tank in place. Alright guys, so we got the tank mounted on. I shaped down the styrofoam a little bit more to make it look a little bit better. Yeah, I think we are ready to go test this out. So we can just screw back on the barrel. And yeah, this thing's ready to go. Alright guys, so here's the final product. So we'll just take the rocket right here and just slide it on the end. And then all we have to do to pressurize it is just turn this valve right here just a little bit. And I'll actually show you the valve that comes mounted onto the gun. So when I turn this thing, when I turn this knob, this valve spikes up. Just like that. And then all we have to do is just pull the trigger. There we go. Let's go see what this thing can do. I've got my gun right here, and I've also got 3 rockets. So yeah, we're gonna see how fast I can shoot all 3 rockets off. The tank is currently empty, as you guys can see. So yeah, let's start this. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. And again guys, like I could probably do that faster, but I'm still figuring out like how much pressure I can actually put in here without it breaking. Because this gun can actually hold a lot more than this valve actually says, turns out. Like that first shot, I don't know if you guys saw, but it was very powerful. I'm actually gonna take this outside. We're gonna see just how far this thing can go. All right guys, so we've got it here outside, and hopefully I don't break the gun. A little bit more. All right, 3, 2, 1. And there we go, guys. All right, guys, let's try that one more time. Almost hit the fire hydrant. So as you can see, this thing works really well. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I'm guessing for one full paintball tank full of CO2, you could probably get close to 40-50 shots. So yeah, if you're a kid who likes to play Nerf, this mod actually works surprisingly well. I don't know like the legality if you play with rules like no CO2 or whatever. I don't know if that's a rule, but definitely a cool project to do. Having a lot of fun with modding all these toys. So yeah, if you have any ideas actually of other like toys I could mod, leave them in the description. I'd love to hear about them. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. If you did like it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for some more cool projects. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for today, guys. So I will catch you in the next video.